a place to satisfy. You're looking for a great place for adventure with incredible weather, amazing food, and amazing culture and people. Stay tuned and welcome to Away We Go. Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to Away We Go. I am your host Dan Vasquez, and I'm so happy that you are joining us today on another amazing adventure. Today we are taking a trip to the amazing country of Spain, España, como le dicen los españoles, like the Spaniards would say. And today I have a very special guest. She has been a guest with me in the show before, but she is back here today. Lena, Lena, welcome.
Thank
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. I'm so glad that you decided to join me and help me as we go and tour to a country that we both have been there and visited, and I'm excited about to discover more about this country, right?
Yes.
So, Lena, you're originally from Germany, but how far away is Germany from Spain?
It's not that far away. It's just a little bit south, and then you're in Spain. Maybe the shortest flight is 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since you've been there and you're almost neighbors to Spain, you're not neighbors, but almost there. I'm glad that you're joining us. So we're gonna be discovering a lot of fun facts about Spain. We're gonna be looking at some maps. We're gonna start right here with the flag of Spain. So let me show you here a PowerPoint and get you a picture first of what the flag of Spain looks like. And this is so timely because, well, we're looking right there at La Sagrada Familia. Can we pull the PowerPoint, or is that something I'm doing? No. Okay. I do it. I don't know how to do it. Oh, hold on. Let me see. 1 second. And then we'll get right here. Let's go back to it and see if we can get there. And let's go to Google. Well, let's start right here on Google Earth, and let's go into our view and show you where Spain is located. So Spain is located in Europe, but it's located in the southern part of Europe. Some weeks ago we took on Italy, and we talked about a lot about the weather of Italy, and Spain has very similar weather. It's awesome all year round. They hardly ever get snow, right, Lena?
Yeah, they hardly, I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
Right. So let's look at the border of where Spain is located. Spain is located on the west part of Germany. I mean, Germany, Europe. Yes, of course, Germany, but also the continent of Europe. And in the north part, we have France. On the west part, we have Portugal. And so here, this is where we are. We're looking at the map, and Spain is all the way out to here. You can see it all the way out to here. Now let me zoom in here, and we're looking at, this is where we are, Columbus, Ohio. So if you want to go to Spain, there are flights straight from New York City or from Atlanta that take you all the way out here to the country of Spain. So in the south part, we have the country of Morocco, and so Spain is connected to the continent of Africa. A lot of people don't know that Spain is located to the continent of Africa, France, and Portugal, and then some islands. What are the names of the islands? Lena, you know them better than I do because you've been to those islands.
Yeah, we have in the south, south and Atlantic, we have the Canary Islands, and in the Mediterranean Sea, we have the Balearic Islands. Yeah.
You've been to which ones?
To Mallorca and Gran Canaria.
The Gran Canaria and Mallorca. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. In the southern part of Spain, we have this place called Gibraltar, which is right at the border of Morocco and Spain. Actually, my father had the opportunity to be here and do some work there, and he was able to go into Morocco a few times, cross the border over. And but a lot of people here in Gibraltar speak Arabic, so
Really?
because of the proximity with Morocco. So let's talk about some of the facts about Spain. Uh, Spain, Spain, the language of Spain. Do you know the language of Spain, Lena?
Spanish.
Spanish. Okay, so let's practice our Spanish. What Spanish words do you know?
Hola.
Hola.
That's basically it.
Hola casa. That's good. Okay, so Spanish is the world's second most spoken native language in the world. In Spain, they speak uh, Spanish, but they also speak Castellan, Catalan, Catalunya, Bosque, and Galician. So that goes a lot with the history of Spain. Um, because when before Spain was what was Spain we know to know, Spain was a combination of different kingdoms, different kings, and each kingdom had their own people and had their own language. And then with the time, they began to merge together. They began to merge together. But recently, Spain is going through a transition right now because the northern part of Catalan is trying to separate from the
Yes.
mainland.
Yes,
Right?
they do. They do try it. They didn't do it yet, though.
They haven't been able to make.
No.
All right. So Lena, tell some aspects of Spain that you have.
Spain has 44 UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And only Italy and China has more.
Wow. So
Yeah.
it's the third largest country in the world with most
UNESCO
UNESCO heritage sites.
sites.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, it's the old country.
Yeah. Those places are protected by the United Nations, and they're normally found great value in culture and
Yeah.
history, and that's why they find this. And Spain has a lot of them.
They do. And for example, we will talk later about it, but the Sagrada Familia.
Yes.
So it's a
well-known.
UNESCO heritage site. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
The architecture that you find there is awesome. It's awesome. So, Lena, I'm going to give you some useful Spanish words.
Okay.
So, in Spain, you can say buenos dias. And it's repeat after me. Let's say it. Very good. Buenos dias. That means good day. You know this one. Hola.
Hola.
You can say ¿qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
Yeah, that means how are you? ¿Qué
Oh.
tal? How are you? Or you can say ¿cómo estás? But
That's what I heard.
In Spanish, in Spain, you can say ¿qué tal?
Okay.
And adiós,
Adiós.
goodbye. Gracias,
Gracias.
gracias. Y de nada.
De nada?
De nada means you're welcome.
Oh.
De nada.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so de nada is like saying it means of nothing. Like you do something for me and I say, oh, that's nothing. Of
Yeah.
nothing. De nada. Yeah, that's nothing. So, all right. So we're looking at Spain. Let's look at the capital. Let's look at the capital, and we're zooming right here at Madrid, the great city of Madrid, which I had the privilege to be here, and I'm going to tell you a story in a little bit. But this is where the capital is located, and let's do a 3D or what the capital looks like. Lots of history. Oh, we got in too deep into it. Hold on. Oh, and when we get to this is the center of Madrid. But when we get to Barcelona, this will be really fun to do because of something that the Spaniards did. But this is
Yeah.
we're looking at the metropolitan area right here of Madrid. That's El Centro, which is the downtown. We have a park, Parque del Retiro, the retirement park, different temples, lots of different things. So now this is normally the center of the old part of town, but then there's also very modern. In Madrid, like a lot of European countries, they have the system of railroads, underground train, buses,
Yeah.
taxis, Uber. I think it was Uber is there, and it's easy to move around, right?
Yes, it's super easy if you don't have a car. You don't even need a car if you're a tourist and just
Yeah.
stay in Madrid. You don't need a car. Like,
So, Lena, in Europe, is it easy to get a driver's license?
well, I can just talk about Germany, and
Uh-huh.
it's not easy. You have to take classes and driving lessons until you get it.
How long does it take?
Well, I think it took me a couple months
Okay.
because I did it like spaced out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But if you want to, you can do it in 6 weeks. But then it's a full time
So you
thing.
gotta go take classes.
Yeah, you have to take classes. You have to go classes. Then you can take a test, and then you can take driving lessons.
Yeah. So if I understand that, a lot of people don't have a driver's license in a lot of European countries because they don't really need it because of the access to public transportation.
Yeah, many people in the city don't have a driver's license.
And as a result of that, people have to walk a little bit more,
Yes,
but they're also healthier.
that's true. Yeah,
Tell us about that. Approximately how much do you walk in Europe?
a lot. Like a lot. Like you walk first to the train station, to the bus station, and then from there, you maybe you can take another bus, but you still have to walk from the bus. So you're way more active than here,
Uh-huh.
I believe. Yes.
That is awesome. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Let's go to the flag, and we're looking at the flag. Thank you so much. So this is the flag of Spain. Um, you see this, the kingdom, and a lot of people don't know this, but Spain is a um, kingdom
Yes.
run by a democracy.
Yeah.
So the king is there.
He's still there. Yeah.
He's still there in the king's family, but they don't rule per se, right?
No, they
How
don't
does
have
that
any
work?
power, but they're still there, and
As
like
a symbol.
yes,
As an,
and they represent Spain.
uh-huh.
Like yeah, but they don't have any.
It's more historic and cultural
Yes.
than the actual power.
Yeah.
So the prime minister is the person that normally runs the country, right?
Yes.
So let's look at the where Spain is located there in Europe. We already looked at that. And here's some pictures of that you wouldn't think about Spain. Can you tell us about those mountains?
They're between France and Spain, like at the border,
Uh-huh.
and they were formed 100 to 150 million years ago. And it's the highest point and the highest point in Spain is located
Uh-huh.
probably there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Now, let me jump on to some of the pictures from Madrid. So we're looking here at the palace of the king. This is where the king lives in Madrid. Um, yeah, this place is beautiful. I got to be there maybe 3 years ago, Lena, and I was able to walk around and
Really?
take pictures. I didn't go inside.
Okay.
It was closed for the day because I got there a little bit late. But I think from like 10 to 2, you can go in there and walk and
Really?
take pictures. And they have actual gold on the on different aspects of the building, so it's kind of cool. Doorknobs and stuff like that.
It looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like,
So a lot of architecture. It's here. This is another emblem of the city of Madrid, and this is in the center town. And at night they color this with different lights and colors.
that's nice.
I forgot the name of this place. Okay. Oh, yes. Um, let me. Um, we're looking at some of the pictures of what the Madrid looks like, and this is also. I don't know. This is the same bear that is all throughout Europe that has story on the Second World War. I'll have to do some more research about that. But let's go back to the Google Earth, and as we're looking at some of the places in Madrid, let's do a 2D, um, and let's look at some of the stuff in. Let's look at the Placentela Toledo and what it looks like. So one thing I like about Spain is that they have a lot of music. They're very musical,
Yes.
and in the plazas you'll find mariachis, like even Mexican mariachis.
Really?
I was like surprised. So I heard some of them playing, and this is what the center looks like. You see all the buildings, and you see how um, how the buildings are decorated. So
Yes. And they're older buildings, like,
yeah,
right?
they are. They are hundreds of years old. So the amazing thing is that the Kingdom of Spain, when they come to the Americans, um, which we can get very political about it and try to say a lot of things that happened there, but good things that the Spaniard brought to especially Latin America was architecture. So when you go to Mexico City, when you go to different cities in Mexico, that same architecture and those same buildings uh, look just like that.
I
And
didn't know
the
that.
city that I was born in, that's why I said today we're going to La Madre Patria, mother land for me, because I do have a Spaniard. Um, is that when I grew up in Zacatecas, and when I went to Madrid for the first time, I was like, wait a minute, it looks, I've been here before. It's just like Zacatecas. Actually, they took the blueprint of Madrid and they tried to duplicate it in my city in a much smaller scale. So it looks like it's of course Madrid is like 10 times bigger than Zacatecas, but but they did that. So those are some of the good things that you know that they brought in Latin America. Now, how are Spaniards uh, treated in Germany? Well, I heard that there was a lot of Spaniards coming to Germany, right?
Like, I would say Spanish people are treated like everyone else
Yeah,
in Germany.
yeah.
Like, I personally don't know anyone who's from Spain
Uh-huh.
in Germany, but I would imagine that they are treated like everyone else, like every European person.
Yeah.
So it's still, we all belong to Europe. So it's kind of, we are all the same,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Like, it's different when you're from outside of Europe. So,
Right, but if they know you're European, there's like that camaraderie.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's still Europe. So it's not like, oh, you're foreign. Because you're still a European person. So, yeah.
What else do you have from Spain?
From Spain.
Yeah, on on your story.
Um, it is one of the world's most diverse cultures.
Uh-huh.
And like you said, they have so many different languages, which probably also go with a different kind of culture, which like is often like that.
Uh-huh.
And you already said that it's the most or second most spoken language.
Language in
Yeah.
the world, yeah.
Yes.
Spanish. So if anybody likes to go to Spain, that's a good place. A lot of people go to Spain to learn Spanish here
Yeah.
from America, and it's just helpful. I know in the time I travel and I go from one place to another, if English doesn't work, which English is very well spoken, and Spaniards, um, not a whole lot of people spoke English, which I was a little surprised, but some of them did. Some of them did, yeah.
I thought they would speak English pretty well.
Yeah, but I guess some people just didn't feel like talking
Yeah.
talking English. They were more,
I understand that.
yeah.
But like another thing is that they have more than 8,000 kilometers of beaches, which is around about 5,000 miles.
5,000
On the
miles of
beach.
beaches.
Yes.
Wow. And the water there is not too cold. Well, they have the Atlantic, which is a little colder,
Yeah.
and the Mediterranean Ocean, which is a little warmer, right?
Yes, but mainly Spain has the Mediterranean.
Uh-huh.
Only the Canary Islands are in the Atlantic, basically.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's pretty warm.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the great things about Spain is it's the weather. Um, I'm trying to find the Puerta del Sol. Let me see if I can find Puerta del Sol. Where is that? So, yeah, there it is. Puerta del Sol, and we'll get there. Oh, there was. I was right there.
You're close.
So this is a place that I visited, and during the Christmas time, I mean, they decorate this whole village um, with Christmas trees and different things, and it's amazing to walk through these streets. Let me see if we can get some of these um, view pictures from if we go right into the streets of Puerta del Sol. So this is somebody's pictures. Tio Pepe. Actually, this is where I found the the mariachi that I was telling you about. All right, so let's go through some interesting facts about Spain. What else do you have?
It's the world's largest producer of olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Do
crazy.
you like olives?
No,
Oh
I
my
don't.
goodness.
Like I eat them if
Uh-huh.
they're in the food, but I don't really like them.
Well, I do like them.
And they also have the highest amount of bars in all of Europe. Like they have the most bars.
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 Oh yeah, that's one thing about Spain. Spain is like their drink.
Like Germans.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I have here is that it is the second largest country in the European Union. So as far as territory,
Yeah.
um,
And it's also home to the world's oldest restaurant.
the oldest restaurant. How
Yeah.
old is it?
The restaurant has been open since 1725.
Since
Se-
1725. So we're talking about what, 300 years old?
Yes.
I wonder if the menu has changed in 300 years.
Probably.
So Spain is well known for their meats. They cook beef really well and chicken really good. And I tried some of it, and it was
It was delicious.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap country to visit to, but it's not crazy either. It's not Switzerland,
Yeah.
and it's not Norway.
So yes, it's like in the middle.
It's in the
maybe.
middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the currency of Spain is
Euro.
the euro.
Yes.
The euro. Which right now the euro is higher than the US dollar, right?
Yes, it's usually higher, but right now it's a lot higher.
Wow. Like how much?
I think you get for $1.83.
83 cents.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means
It's pretty good right
very
now for you.
expensive. It's
people.
good for Europeans
For me.
like you, but not good
But-
for us.
no, it's not
Because
good
our
for you.
If you give them $100, they'll give you 80 euros.
Yeah, basically.
So, basically. So one thing that I discovered about Spain is that Spanish people live longer.
Yes, I read that too. Like they, like 83 years old. That's like the
Yeah.
average. Like
The average people live to 83 years.
yeah,
So,
it's pretty old.
yeah. Another thing, Spain is not as religious as people might think. Spain is really what would you say? Well, it was mainly Catholic, but lately only 13.6% of the population actually goes to church every Sunday. So only 13%.
That's not a lot. Like I would guess that's the same in Germany,
Uh-huh.
but compared to the U.S., that's super low.
That is super low.
Because when I came here and everyone was like, "Oh, I go to church every Sunday," I was
Yeah.
like, "Really?" Like it's
Yeah.
somehow unusual in Germany, or probably in Spain too.
In Spain and a
If
lot
you
of
have those numbers.
Western Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Western Europe. Now, this is a negative thing for Spain. Spain has the Europe's second highest unemployment rate,
Yes.
and that's from the financial crisis that they went through maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, 10 roughly, a little bit more than 10.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think it's probably still from there.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
Because they were hit hard. Like, in general, South European countries were hit harder
Hmm.
than, like, North, the North
So it
countries.
was the southern countries. Wow. Okay, so I also found out that it is a good place for female entrepreneurs. So during the 5 years following the beginning of the global financial crisis in 2008, female entrepreneurs set up 40% of all businesses in Spain. Total some this total some 800,000 businesses and was significantly boost to the economy. So a lot of women entrepreneurs in
Well,
Spain.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I support that. And I didn't know that they had so many.
Uh, okay, so here's this, now tell me what other things you have about Spain.
Um, they have more than 1 million hectares are dedicated to wine production.
How much?
1 million hectares.
1 million? Wow.
I don't know how much
Acres.
acres. Yeah,
Acres. Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
that's a lot.
Yeah. So we're looking at okay, hold the paella. Now, surprising fact about Spain: although many foreigners see paella as a Spanish national dish, many Spaniards don't. That's because most locals see the colorful rice dish as the Valencia dish. So you have Valencia, you have um, Mallorca, you have Barcelona, you have all of these different cities, and I don't think you can go wrong when you go to visit these little villages, cities, because there is so much to see. There is a lot of beautiful things to see there in Spain. Another thing, childcare can be limited. A local, as local parents know it too well, the amount of out-of-school hours childcare in Spain is limited. Um, that's because about a quarter of all grandparents take care of their grandkids in Spain. So that's a cultural thing.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
cultural.
Yeah. So I didn't know you knew this, but I have some Spanish blood. So I have two last names. My last two names is Vasquez Ibarra,
Uh-huh.
and Ibarra is a Spanish last name, and that comes from my great 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 grandparents that came from across the boat, I guess, to into
Right.
the Americas.
And it's pretty, like, usually Spanish people have two last names from the father and the mother.
Uh, so Spain has some weird celebrations. They have the tomato throw. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I saw pictures of it.
It's estimated that 150,000 tomatoes are thrown each other every year at La Tomatilla Festival, which I guess just people just get together and start
Throwing,
throwing things at each other.
throwing
That-
tomatoes.
throwing tomatoes.
Yes.
Hey, that's real food. Wow. So you talked about the coast of Spain, and all the beaches they have. So they have them in the north, and they have them all through the south. We have Malaga, um, Alicante, Benito, Valencia, which is also, and then also Barcelona, which Barcelona is over here. We're looking at the screen, and Barcelona is right at the coast to the Mediterranean. And this is a beautiful city. Now, are you ready for this, Lena? I want to show you this. This
Okay.
is one thing that I love about Barcelona. That when you look at it from on top, um, you're gonna see how this city was built, and we're gonna start seeing right here. Now, this is something very very unique. I think it's only here. But do you see how the buildings are built?
Yes.
Everything is like a circle
Yeah.
and donut, and all the downtown of Spain, of Barcelona, is like this. Barcelona is an amazing city, but you see the structure.
Yeah, like squares.
Yeah,
Like,
squares.
yeah,
And then
just squares
inside they
everywhere.
have these plazas, and there's so many restaurants, so many stores, so many things to see between these things. And at night, it looks beautiful. So, I mean, I don't know. they were trying to make, but it looks like when you look at a computer board, and they
Yes.
look like that's what you look like from.
It looks like a keyboard for the
Yeah,
computer.
it does. So that's really cool. So we're looking right here at Barcelona. So I have a story to tell you. About 10 years ago, I was flying and I met this professional soccer player. He sits right next to me on first class. First of all, I got promoted, right?
Yes, like,
I got promoted to first class, and I'm sitting right on this class. And then I looked at my side, and I saw this young guy sitting next to me, and I'm like, "Hey, you look familiar." And he was like, "Yeah." And I looked at his watch, and he has a Manchester United watch, which only players from Manchester United have it. I said, "Are you Javier?" He's like, "Yeah." "Javier Chicharito Hernandez?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, oh great. It's like, I watch you play almost every weekend. So we just start talking, and we develop a good friendship. We exchanged some gifts, and we became good friends. So I was on a trip to Europe, and I said, "Hey, Javier, I'm in Europe." He's like, "Come see me, come see me." He had just signed with Real Madrid, so he was playing right next to Cristiano Ronaldo. He was playing with Pepe. He was playing with all these guys. And I got invited to go, and I got a chance to sit in the balcony and watch the game. That night, he was a starter, and they played something. We were playing a Copa Euro, and he made the famous assists where he just rolled the ball behind his leg and gave the ball to James, and James scored one of the 5 goals. And after the game, uh, I got a chance to get his official jersey, and he dedicated it to me right here. It says, para Dan, con mucho cariño y aprecio, de su buen amigo Chicharito, number 14. So it is Chicharito. Now, a lot of people um, might not know of our audience, but Chicharito is Mexico's top soccer scorer for the national team. He has played 3 World Cups. He has scored in every one of the World Cups. He's got 58 or 50. He's on the 50s goals, but no one has scored more goals than him. And he has played for Manchester United. He's played for Real Madrid. He's played for Bayer Leverkusen
really, in Germany?
in Germany. uh, he's played for Valencia, and he's now playing with LA Galaxy. And he is the highest uh, paid player. So this is the shirt he used. Um, if he's watching, if you're watching, I don't know. But when he gave me this shirt, he's like, "Dan, I'm sorry, this is not your size." He called me fat. Anyway, but he's like, "I wanted you to have my jersey." So I got a chance to have the Real Madrid jersey. So in Spain, there are 2 major teams, and they are Real Madrid, of course, and Barcelona. Let me show you. I think I have a picture of their of the 2 logos of the teams. So, Lena, since you're from Europe, tell us how important um, this is. How important? Um,
How important soccer is?
how important soccer is. So let me show you the 2 logos right here on the PowerPoint. So right here we have Real Madrid, which is the logo, right here, and Barcelona. Of course, on one side you used to have Cristiano Ronaldo, and on the other side you have
Messi.
Lionel Messi, Argentinian, which Diego's watching. Diego's from Argentina, and Messi is just sensational. Messi still plays for Barcelona,
He does.
and Ronaldo. So tell us a little bit about football in Europe.
Football, like, it's super important, I would say. And it's a lot like rivalry between clubs, and especially between those 2 teams. That's the rivalry,
Yeah,
however you say this. And it's called El Clásico.
El Clásico. Yeah.
Yeah, if they play against each other, it's like El Clásico is happening.
And I mean, people are serious about this.
They are. Even in Germany, people are watching this. Even if it's in Spain.
Yeah. Well, I know Mexico watches it all. I know Central America,
Everyone watches it.
everybody in the world. These are probably the most popular soccer clubs in the world.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I had the opportunity to be there with Javier, and I was this close to have a chance to speak to the whole team because the next day he said maybe I can get you to talk to the whole team and read a little speech, motivational speech. Sometimes I do those in different places. And Ancelotti decided to give them the day off because they won the night before 5 nil, and so they needed a break. So, but anyway, it was so much fun to be there, Santiago Bernabeu, at the stadium, and to watch, this soccer. It's something else. This is like here in Columbus, the shoe horse and the people at the stadium, but on asteroids. It's like everybody is just going crazy. And an amazing thing that I love was the chanting and people singing. They're
Yes,
singing
they're
for 90
singing.
minutes, for an hour and a half. Uh, let's say the Barcelona fans are singing a song, and then they stop, and then the other half of the stadium sings another song in response to the song that they're singing.
Yes, and it's always against the other team.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
It's
that's
totally normal.
right. And the games are like super late at night, right? Like sometimes at 8 p.m. the games start,
Or at 8:45.
8:45, 9 p.m.
That's like the normal
Yeah,
time
and
usually.
during weekdays. So I know that after the Clásico, if they play like during the week, like at Wednesday, the employers understand and they don't expect their employees to show up at work because they know they were probably watching the game when they were at the game. That's how important football is in Europe, isn't it?
Well, I don't think that's happening in Germany because Germans are strict.
Right.
But it may happen in Spain. I don't know.
Oh, it happens in
It
Spain.
probably.
Well, it happens in Mexico. I know that when the World Cup is coming up and Mexico's playing, there was so much things going on. Here, let me show you another picture of Plazuela de Toros. This is a cool thing that Spaniards do. Well, they do the bull fights, the bull
Yes.
rings, with a torero. This guy dressed up really fancy gets in the middle with a red and yellow cape, and the bull charges to it because in the eyes of the bull they're attracted to red color, and I used to know why they were attracted to that. Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
forgot.
not into the whole bull
Well,
fighting
I've
thing.
seen one of those, and
You did?
I thought it was fun, but to me it was too much blood. It was too much blood.
It is for me. Like I couldn't watch it because
It's-
of all the blood and
Yeah, and the brutality to the
Yes.
animal. I know it's not very popular anymore, and people are trying to do away with it because of the brutality to the bulls. But I think if they're killed with a sword in the right spots, they can be eaten quickly if they train them and they do process them fast. But if they don't,
yeah, like
the meat gets tough. Anyway, so that's one thing about that. Let me show you a few more pictures from Barcelona. And here's La Sagrada Familia. La Sagrada Familia. Let me show you another shot of La Sagrada Familia. And this is the site you said it was a what? Heritage.
it's a UNESCO World
UNESCO
Heritage Site.
Heritage site. Yeah. So we're looking at the city of Barcelona. So you don't see it right here, but this building is in construction right now, and it was probably in construction, and it continued to be in construction. I think they've been working on it for over 70 years. They're still working on the details.
Yeah.
These are let me show you from my trips there. This is from my Instagram. I have a picture of La Sagrada Familia, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I need to make it easy. And there's my friend Chicharito. Here's a picture of him when he was playing at Bayern. There is Chicharito. He had a hat trick that day. And Sagrada Familia, Sagrada Familia. I know it was here, sorry. There it is. So, here's a picture, that's not the one I was looking for. La Sagrada Familia is, okay. So there is this famous artist in Barcelona. His name is Batilo, and Batilo was a famous artist, like he was a painter in architecture, and he designed La Sagrada Familia, which this is the back of it, and then the other picture is the front of it. So you get one side is this, and right behind it is this. So how cool is that? You get two different
It looks totally different.
it looks so different, and that's what that's why they're still in building. But this guy, Botello, is the one who also um, built this famous house. This was his actual house, and it's world renowned. And I went over. I actually took this picture at night that day, Casa Botello, and let's see if we can get some more pictures from there here. There's Casa Batalo at night, and it's decorated. It's probably decorated right now with all these flowers. Just a beautiful place. So if you're in Barcelona, you can actually pay maybe 30 euros and go inside too, and walk through, and you can see how the windows are rounded, and all in the house is like an Orthodox. So it's Casa Batilo. Batilo. It's a really fun thing to see. But this is the same man that decorated, a lot of Spain, a lot of the architectures of Spain, and people like him are the ones that design the the structure of it. So what other things you have about? Oh, there's the tomato festival.
Yes. I think that was basically it.
Okay. One some of the things I have about Spain is that they are a very tolerant community, very tolerant people. They okay. Let's look at the Sagrada Familia. Um, so right here, Sagrada Familia. I know it's right here. There you go. So we're looking right here at La Sagrada Familia, and like I was saying to you, Lena, this is the front, but you go from the back. This is the side, and you go right here, and this is the second facade.
It looks totally different.
I know, and it's still in construction right now, and it'll probably be in construction. It's like they take pride of it.
Yeah.
But the detail to this is unbelievable.
It is.
Anyway, so I think we're at a good stopping point. We shared you a little bit of introduction about Spain today, and yeah. So, would you recommend going to Spain, Lena?
Definitely.
Yes.
Now I
So-
want to go. I want to go to Barcelona and Madrid for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I want to go back for sure. So anyway, thank you for joining Lena and me on this episode of Away We Go, and we'll see you next week as we take on a neighboring country. So stay tuned. See you next week.